Today we will be exploring the Stockton Sand Dunes. The sand dunes are located in the north of Newcastle and they have a very interesting history. Worimi conservation lands are looked after by Worimi Land Council and the New South Wales National Park and Wildlife Services. These sand dunes were created thousands of years ago and are the largest in moving coastal sand dunes in the southern hemisphere. They are 32 kilometres long and run from the Hunter River at Stockton to Berrubi Beach, all of which is located in Port Stephens. The sand dunes are used a lot now by the community. This includes four-wheel driving, fishing and camping. We can explore the many beach spots and see different types of plant species and animals during our time on Stockton Sand Dunes. The Stockton Sand Dunes have a long and interesting history. On the 26th of May 1974, there was a huge freight carrier which crashed into shore due to a large storm. Due to the weather and the sea, the ship has rusted and corroded over the past 45 years and can no longer be seen. It did serve as a landmark for many during that time. There are tin huts also on Stockton Sand Dunes. In the late 1800s, local people built tin huts for the sailors from ships that had run aground to be able to have shelter. Since the first two huts were built, there have been more huts. That is now called Tin City. Stockton Sand Dunes are located in Worimi country, which stretches from the Hunter River at Stockton up to Foster. The Stockton Sand Dunes are a very special, important cultural place of significance to the Worimi peoples. The Stockton Sand Dunes have lots of historical artefacts that can still be seen today. Some of these cultural historical sites include middens, which are shell deposits which can also contain historical artefacts from tool making. These middens are very special, but let's get a better understanding by visiting my friend Candy, a local Worimi woman at Marook, the Worimi Cultural Centre. And today, because we're talking about Stockton Sand Dunes, we've come to see Auntie Candy from Worimi Land Council, who is part of the employment and conservation of the Stockton Sand Dunes. How are you today, Auntie Candy? Thanks for seeing us.
That's okay.
I just wanted to ask you, why are the Stockton Sand Dunes so important to you?
To me, they're important because it is a symbol of my family history and for many other Worimi people, for all Worimi people actually. And what we do here is we employ Aboriginal people to help with the land conservation and management, and that preserves the cultural history which is so important to Aboriginal people.
That's amazing, thank you Candy. And why is it important for everyone to conserve and manage the Stockton Sand Dunes?
Well, it's important to conserve and manage it so we've got that connection to the land and to our culture, and so it's passed on to other generations.
Thank you Candy, thank you so much for your time. So as you can see guys, Stockton Sand Dunes has a very interesting history. It's a very significant, important place, a cultural place for our Worimi peoples, and it needs to be preserved for future people and future children to be able to learn all about it and to know the history of our area.